these large areas. Okay, I'm actually tell you a story for when I went. It was actually, I want to say about 2 months ago when I went to downtown Austin. Um, so when I went to downtown Austin, I just went down there for like a little mini vacation, get away and, you know, just feel a little normal. So yeah, so I went downtown, and I was like, I gotta go to, I think I had to go to Target or something. Because my boyfriend, he went to the gym, whatever. I just came back from the gym. I'm like, I'm not going back to the gym. And I was like, he said he needs to go to Target. So I was like, you know what, let me go and, put in a GPS where things are. Because I don't know if you've been down there, but pretty much everything is pretty close. For the most part, things are like in walking distance, close. So I was like, okay. And they were like, oh, well, from where you are right now, it's only a 9-minute walk. And I was like, oh, it's only 9 minutes? Oh, okay. Well, I'm already dressed. Let me just go in, put my shoes on and let's go. Right. So I go outside or whatnot, following GPS, and some of the areas, never gonna lie, man, I was walking and I'm like, wow, this area is, it looks it's sketchy. It didn't look like the lawns were cut. You had like graffiti on the wall, and I'm like, wow, okay. Um, let's just keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. So I'm walking and whatnot, and then the GPS says like it's like this, like the viaduct. It's not a bridge, but it's like a viaduct kind of thing, where like how you have like the main just road, and then you got one that goes up and all that stuff, but then you have like that little under area, which I believe is called viaduct. But then you have that area, and then they were like, oh, you got to pass it, like you got to go through it. And I was like, because I was like, oh, I don't mind going through a main intersection, not that bad, but I was like, go through it. And I'm looking, I'm like, where am I going through? Right? I'm like, I don't see anything. And I was like, from what I see over there, that doesn't look like Alex is going through that. So I was like, okay, well, let me make a left. And I was like, I could just go down further or whatever. Because how it was, you couldn't make a right. If you went a right, you would have been walking for about 10 more minutes because there's no way for you to get across. You know what I mean? If you could even get across. So I was like, okay, let me go make a left. Let me go do my walking over here. And then I'll go at the next time that they say to make a turn, right? So, so I go make the left. And then I see it was like a huge just homeless encampment area. Like it was, if I had to count how many tents there were, it was at least 30 to 35, at least. Like, and it was packed. That entire zone was packed. And then you had, people over there, and, some, they're how they were standing. Some didn't look like they were actually like living there. I don't know, but I don't know. It didn't look safe. Let me just say that. So I'm like, oh, I was like, oh, they're not. I was like, oh, the GPS telling me. I was like, oh, no. Maybe I'm tripping, right? And then I asked GPS, and GPS like, no, you have to go past this. And I'm like, what? Because apparently you have to go past it, and then you walk for like 2 minutes, and Target's right there. And I'm like, yo, I'm not doing that, right? I was like, I'm not doing that. I don't feel safe doing that. Because anything could happen, you know what I mean? You got a whole bunch of people there. Like I said, everything that that the stigma that you have. And I was like, oh, I can't do that. I can't do that. So now I was like, what, I'm gonna just go to it was this museum that I just decided to go to. But it really makes you nervous. You know what I mean? Made me nervous. And one, I also don't like going places by myself. Really.